seat, stand, face the clerk. Over here to your left, thank you. And raise your right hand.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Have a seat, please. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please tell the jury your name and spell it?
Tammy Warner, TammyWarner.
Are you employed?
Yes, I am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm in marketing and senior living.
I want to direct your attention to the beginning of 2023. Were you working at the same position then?
I was working same type of work, but at a different community.
What community were you working at in 2023?
With 2023. Brookdale.
All right. Brookdale Senior Living?
Yes.
All right. How long in total did you work for Brookdale?
I worked there 2 different times, so the first time it was almost 2 years, and the second time it was almost 2 years.
What was the time frame you worked there the second time?
From 21 to 23.
And why did you leave in 2023?
I just didn't want to be there no more.
Was that after Tim was murdered?
Yeah.
Now, can you tell the jury a little bit about Brookdale? What is Brookdale?
So Brookdale is an assisted living community, independent assisted living and memory care. They're one of the largest in the country. They have 3 communities here in Ocala. I happen to work at all 3 of them.
What position were you in when you left Brookdale in 2023?
I was a sales manager.
Had you held many other positions with Brookdale?
I was their business development director as well as their sales counselor.
And did you know Tim Smith?
I did.
Right. When did you first meet Tim?
I crossed paths with Tim. I can't even begin to tell you how many years because I'm from here. We both worked in the same industry, so we kind of crossed paths. We didn't get to really know each other until I went to work for Brookdale, which was probably 2016.
So you knew him through the senior assisted living community, and then you really didn't get to know him until you worked with him at Brookdale.
Correct.
All right. And how did you come to work at Brookdale?
I just applied and got the position. It was a different community than what Tim worked at, but because it was Brookdale here in town, we all did things together. Brookdale's when one event happens for one community, everybody gets involved.
At some point, did Tim reach out to you to come work for him at the Brookdale he was at?
Tim did. Tim tried to get me to come to work for him a few times, but we had become friends, and I'm not big on mixing friends and work, but finally he convinced me.
All right. And was that in 2021 when you
Correct.
said you went there? All right.
Mm-hmm.
And what was Tim's position at Brookdale when you went to work for him there in 2021?
Executive director.
And did that cover all 3 locations you said that Brookdale had in Marion County?
At times he did. If they did not have an executive director at the other communities, then Tim would oversee all of them, or whichever one didn't have an ED.
Do you know approximately how long Tim worked for Brookdale?
7 to 8 years. I think it was going on 8.
And you said you worked with him at Brookdale for 2 years?
Correct.
Was Tim your boss?
My direct boss was Athena, and then he was over all of us.
So he was kind of the boss of your boss.
Correct.
Did you see Tim every day?
Pretty much.
Were you close?
Yes.
Did Tim's job require him to do a lot of community events?
A lot.
Okay. What sort of community events?
Chamber and Economic, Marion County Continuity of Care, Hispanic Council. I can't even begin to tell you how many there are, but that's part of what he brought me on for in 21 was to help cover that.
All right. So you would go to these community events with him?
Correct.
Were those events sometimes after work or on the weekends?
Yes,
Did you know Tim's husband, Herbert Swilley?
I did.
Do you see the person you know as Herbert Swilley in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you please point to him and describe something he's wearing?
The gray jacket, striped tie, kind of a yellowish shirt, glasses.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
What's the reflect?
And how did you meet the defendant?
Through Tim.
Were you and Tim friends as well as co-workers?
Yes.
Were you friends with the defendant, Herbert Swilley, also?
Yes.
Did you socialize with Tim and the defendant outside of work?
Yes.
Did Tim normally come into the office every day?
Yes.
And what hours did he generally work?
He was generally there between 8:30 and 5.
And would Tim let you know if he wasn't coming into work?
Yes,
And if he wasn't actually at work and you texted him a work question, would he respond?
always.
Now I want to direct your attention to Friday, March 24th of 2023, the day before Tim's body was found. Was Tim supposed to come into work that day?
As far as we knew, yes.
Did you go looking for him during the day?
Not during the day. We, eventually I called Herbert because we didn't know where he was at, and it was the end of the month, and we needed Tim to sign off on all of our admissions.
So at some point that Friday, you realized Tim was not at work?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, you have to answer yes or no?
Yes,
Thank
sorry.
you. Okay. And he wasn't there. Did you text him when you realized he wasn't physically at work?
Yes, we did.
All right. Did he ever respond to you?
No.
And was that unusual?
Yes.
And is that the time when you said you had contacted the defendant then?
Yes, it was in the afternoon.
Okay. Do you know around what time?
Somewhere between 3 and 4.
And why did you contact him?
Because it was closing day and we needed his authorization to close the deals.
Okay. Were you concerned that he wasn't there and wasn't responding to texts?
Yes.
And what did you tell the defendant when you called him that day around 3 or 4 that Friday?
Just asked him if he was off, I believe, and he said that he was asleep when Tim left. He didn't know what time he left, so he figured he was at work.
Did he tell you anything about where they slept in the house?
Eventually, yeah, the conversation went to he slept in a different bedroom. They all three had their own bedroom.
So he told you he and Tim didn't sleep in the same bedroom?
Correct.
All right. And he didn't know where Tim was?
Correct.
Was there any talk about checking an apartment to see if Tim was there?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know about this apartment before this Friday?
No.
And what did the defendant say about this apartment?
They had an apartment that they used for their sexual encounters with other men.
So he told you this on this Friday?
Correct.
All right. And did he say he was going to go check this apartment?
Yes.
Did the defendant give you the address of this apartment?
Yes.
Okay, and how did that happen?
In the conversation, just being concerned about where Tim was because Tim wasn't responding to anyone.
All right. Did you actually go to the apartment that day?
I did.
All right. Now, after you initially talked to the defendant and found out about the apartment and the location of the apartment, did you talk to the defendant again before you yourself went to the apartment?
I don't remember, to be honest, if it was before or after. We talked about doing a well check and having someone come out. Herb did not want to go into the apartment because it was in Tim's name, so he did not want to break into the apartment.
Did you ever tell him to break into the apartment?
We kind of all talked about it, but I did not encourage him one way or the other than we just need to find Tim.
So about what time did you go to the apartment?
After work, I believe, somewhere around 5.
And since you didn't know about it, I take it you had never been there before?
Correct.
All right. Did anybody go with you when you went to the apartment?
No.
All right. And what did you see when you arrived at the apartment?
Tim's Jeep.
Is that a white Jeep?
Correct.
And what did you do? You got there, you saw Tim's Jeep, and what did you do?
I knocked on the door, no answer, called for Tim, checked the windows. They were blacked out with black curtains, I guess you couldn't see in. They were all locked. I checked the Jeep to see if he was in it, just to look and see if there was any indication of where he might be. It was locked. So I believe I probably talked to her after that, and then we just decided we'd wait and see if he comes home.
And that's how you kind of left it with the defendant that day?
Yes.
Were you concerned that night after you left the apartment that Friday evening?
Yes.
Okay. Now, moving on to the next day, which would be Saturday, March 25th of 2023. Did you reach out to the defendant that morning?
Yes.
Okay, why?
To see if Tim was available, if Tim had come home.
All right. And what did the defendant tell you?
No.
Did you tell the defendant to do anything at this point?
We talked about a well check.
Doing another well-being check?
Correct.
And did the defendant agree that he would do that?
Yes.
About what time in the morning? Do you remember when this was?
It was probably around 10-ish, give or take.
All right. And after you spoke with the defendant and he agreed to do another well-being check, did you ever go to the apartment?
I did,
And about what time did you get to the apartment that morning?
probably between 10:30 and 11-ish. Not long after we talked on the phone, I told him I would meet him there.
Why did you do that?
Concern, friend. Herb was my friend too.
And now, by the time you arrived at the apartment that Saturday morning, had they found Tim's body?
They had.
And how was the defendant's demeanor when you got there and they had already, how long had it been since they found Tim's body when you arrived?
Wasn't very long.
How was the defendant acting when you saw him?
He was just standing on the side of the road, kind of holding his face and just really kind of, I don't know, stoic.
Now, what did you do the rest of that day?
I stayed there with Herb and my husband came, called our other two best friends to let them know what was going on.
Just tried to support the defendant?
Correct,
All right. And obviously you were upset, this was one of your close friends.
correct.
Now, the Monday after Tim's body was found, which would be March 27th of 2023, did you go somewhere with the defendant?
I did.
Where did you go?
I went to the attorney that he had hired for himself,
Okay. And what vehicle did you go in?
Tim's Jeep.
And why did you go with him? What happened with the Jeep when you got to the attorney's office? Why were you going there?
We were going to the attorney just to support him. Another friend was meeting us there. Once we got to the attorney's office, she talked to all of us, asked me.
Okay,
And,
don't tell us anything that she said.
oh, no,
On the way there, did you notice whether the Jeep was clean or dirty, anything like that?
it was spotless.
Okay. Did you talk to the defendant about why the Jeep was spotless?
He told me that him and Jordan had gone and cleaned it.
Had cleaned the Jeep?
Yes,
Okay, this is the Monday after Tim's body had been found?
yes.
All right. Did you ask the defendant why he cleaned the Jeep?
No,
Okay. Did the defendant ever say anything about not wanting the cops to have ammunition against him?
yes.
Okay. What did he say that in relation to?
He felt like they were going to come after him.
Okay. Was that in relation to cleaning the Jeep or something else?
Everything.
All right. So he said he didn't want the cops to have any ammunition against him.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2 days after Tim's body's found.
Yes.
I don't have any other questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
You mentioned on direct examination that you were close with Tim Smith, right?
Correct.
He was your friend.
Correct.
Was he a close friend?
Close.
And Herb, my client, was also your friend?
Correct.
Okay. You did not know about the apartment, correct?
I did not.
Okay. And you only learned about the apartment when Tim did not come into work on March 24th, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, the Friday, 23rd.
Were you aware at the time you learned about the apartment that Tim and Herb were in an open relationship?
Yes.
Okay. So you knew that leading up to that day?
Yes.
Okay. And you had mentioned that after Tim's body was discovered at the apartment, you responded to the apartment, correct?
Yes.
And you observed Herb and his demeanor after learning the news of Tim's death, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you witness him cry?
Briefly.
Okay. And you mentioned that a few days later that you went with Herb in Tim's Jeep to Herb's attorney's office.
Correct.
And you did that to support Herbert?
Correct.
Your Honor, I have no